Hey there, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move life forward in the most positive way possible. The reading today is for the Sun sign season of Aries, which is March 19th through April 18th. I know these are a little late getting out, but I'm sure you can understand. This week was a little crazy, and I had to do some adjusting of my schedule to manage the situations. So before I get started, I did get into your energy and got a vision and messages. This is an interesting time. When I got into Aries this morning, they showed me something and then they told me that it was for the collective, but then they told me to pull cards. So I pulled cards from 3 different decks and got specialized messages. And then when I tried to do it for Taurus, I saw a certain part that was highlighted, and the same for Gemini, and then again when I got to your sign. And so I'll tell you what the overall vision was, and then I will tell you what part was highlighted for you. And the cards, there are so many. I am going to ask you, though, to please hit that thumbs up, to subscribe, hit the notification bell, select all. I was asked to connect with you on a more daily basis for a little while here, and to walk you through some different things like spirit animals and how to find who yours is, and how to connect with it, and numerology and cycles and stuff. And so we'll be doing that fairly regularly. So hit the notification bell. But what I really like to encourage you to do is to leave me a comment. Likes are great. I really appreciate them. The subscribes are great. The shares are great. I'm not just missing any of that. But when you leave me a comment, even if it's just an emoji, I have your name. And so then when I'm trying to get into your energy, I feel more connected to you, and I'm more likely to get a message that resonates for you. So today what I saw was sticks leaning against each other like a doorway, and the wind blowing and them falling down, and walking out and seeing the rubble, turning around and looking out over the landscape, which was like hills into a mountain, and down in the valley there was a stream, and there was the standing and pondering for a moment, and then heading down to the stream with the bucket, digging out the clay from the water, from the river, and bringing it up, and then picking through the sticks and finding which ones were valuable, not just discarding everything, but looking for what still works, and then building a foundation for a new building that was clay and sticks, which would definitely be more sturdy. And I kind of feel like that's kind of what's going on in the world right now, right? Everything is just kind of like stopped, fallen down, whatever. Now we have to look at what works, what doesn't, and what can we take and recreate in a new way to build a more solid, stable structure to move forward. When I was focusing on you, Cancer, what I saw was when you were down in the water, and so you must have had to be making these trips back and forth, because it wasn't exactly at the same time that I saw it. It was later in the day. It was, the sun was more overhead, like around 11, 12 o'clock. And you were standing in the water, could feel the warmth of the water around your ankles because it was shallow, right? Because you're standing over that clay bank there, and but the wind was still blowing because it was causing all these ripples, and it was like diamonds of light coming up off of the water, and it felt so joyful, so peaceful. It felt like the white diamond light of spirit. And there was this focusing on the moment, but on the light, focusing on the light and how it sparkles and splashes around. Then when I started pulling cards for you, oh my gosh, so many cards. But then I realized there's a definite story here. So let's start with this. You have, that came out, protection and the Archangel of Assistance. I'm sorry, it says angels of assistance. Angels of assistance and protection. If you have not been in contact with Spirit and asked for guidance and protection, I can't I cannot. There's no way I can encourage you enough to do that now. Because you look safe and you look protected and you look like you've come through a difficult time, and maybe and so a lot of times they go, oh God, please help me. That is the same message. Please come in and help me. And you don't necessarily know who shows up, but I do kind of want to go through the archangels for you. And if one of them in particular resonates for you, there's a color associated with them. You could wear that color. You could visualize that color. So anyway, so let's kind of just roll through this really quickly. We have the green, which is Archangel Raphael. That's the heart chakra. Spiritual, physical, and emotional healing. We have pink. They have Archangel Camille here. I also know Archangel Ariel is good for this, and that's relationships, friendships, and love. You have blue, which is Archangel Michael. That is this protective energy, strength, your strength of will, your strength and protection, and physical strength, mental, emotional. We have red, Archangel Uriel, removes lower energies and thoughts and forms. That's you, Riel. Uriel also will help you tap into the Akashic records of your past and bring forth that wisdom, which has created a lot of the root chakra issues as things that's happened in the past. So tapping into that energy to learn the lessons will help move you forward. We have indigo, Archangel Zedekiel, which is universal magic, intuition, and manifestation. The white of Archangel Gabriel, communication, education, and learning. We have orange, Archangel Haniel, assessing spiritual gifts, intuition, and clairvoyance. Yellow, Archangel Jophiel, wisdom and intelligence. And black, Archangel Azrael. That's the emotional turmoil, the grief, the addictions. If you are going through a difficult time, calling on Archangel Azrael, not Ezekiel, Azrael, Azrael, to help you to move through that energy, to feel safe and protected. And then, of course, you can call on multiple ones at a time, or you could just simply say, angels, please help me. Okay, so I want you to feel excited about what's going on here. I'm going to cover these cards, and then I'm actually going to do the 9-card spread, so hang in there with me. But this is about love. You have unconditional love. You have truth. You have intimacy. So I feel like some of you are going through some kind of a heartbreak. There is a need to be very honest with yourself, to love yourself unconditionally, love others unconditionally. Everybody is here doing the best they can. Some came to teach, some came to learn, some came to do this for you, like learn from you. Others came to teach you. And so these relationships go on and on and on. But if you can see past the actions of a person to their soul and just love with unconditional love their soul, then it's a lot easier to move through this. You are also being asked, we have physical health here. This is about going for a walk, doing the things that you need to do, feel the strength and the vitality, and also to embrace and love all the parts of you. So often with cancer, when we get stressed out, we emotionally eat. When that happens, then we're like, oh, we feel sluggish and worse. And it just seems to be this, start with a walk, okay? But that's for your health. But for your emotional and spiritual health, just accept that you came here to be like that. And so just love all the parts of you. It is a learning process. It is something that you're going through. I'm learning to, instead of resorting to eating our way through our misery, that pint of ice cream, that bucket of popcorn, right? I know you're with me on this. Instead, finding constructive ways, journaling, going for a walk, hitting the gym. Not right now, but maybe a personal gym. Doing things, getting out in nature, saltwater baths. There are lots of ways to release the negative energies that are healthier mentally, physically, and emotionally. And so learning how to transition through and to get there, right? And so, and it's a lifelong struggle, but eventually finding the peace with, well, most of the time I get it right, and today I didn't. Okay, well, tomorrow I will. And being able to just let yourself go and not be mad at yourself and love yourself unconditionally, right? Love yourself unconditionally. Take the mask off. Be honest and truthful with yourself. Do you communicate with yourself intimately? Do you actually open up and allow other people in? Do you have healthy boundaries? Are you letting people know too much about you without expecting them to also share themselves? Finding that balance. Because we have a lot about communication. We have the communication, we have the throat chakra cards here, right? And so the communication is self-expression, exchanging, shared connection. That means it's a give and take. It's a balance. Are you receiving back what you are giving out? Oftentimes I find with Cancers that we overshare, we overgive, we lay ourselves out like a doormat and people walk all over us. And then one day we stand up and they go, wait, what just happened there? And they don't know how to relate to us. But when that happens, you say, thank you. Thank you for teaching me that I'm of value. I'm of worth. I need to stand up for myself. No one's going to do it for me. I believe in who I am. I know, or I'm getting to know who I am. And I'm going to visualize my future, create my future, manifest my future through my thoughts, through connection with spirit. Because throughout this process, I am going to be led, I'm going to be guided, and I am going to be protected. And I am understanding that everything runs in cycles. You have the moon card. It is a cycle, right? You are ruled by the moon. Cycles matter. Learning to work with the natural cycles of things. And I'm going to be coming on every day pretty much for a while here while I'm out of work. And one of the things I'm going to talk about is how to use the cycles and the energy in your life. So be sure to hit that notification bell, because I think Cancer, you will really benefit from that. When I started, I don't know if you know this, I'm a Cancer Sun, Venus, North Node, Mercury. When I started working with our ruler planet, the moon, with the cycles, my life changed. When I realized everything moves in cycles, and it's like a wheel, right? There's downs and there's ups, there's light and there's dark. It changes. It's always, and it's never stops. And right now the world's kind of stopped. And yet, just because the outside world is stopped doesn't mean that on the inside you're stopping. You're growing and evolving. You're like in a cocoon where everything is just like kind of all broken down and you get to emerge as a butterfly. But not if you don't take the time to get clear with who you are. So this is imagination, focus, experience, and manifestation. What you focus on, what you think about, what you dream about, what you want to create for yourself, you will. And you have the witness card. And the witness card says, what's going on in the world is not happening to you. I'm observing it, and basically when it all comes together, I'll realize it's happening for me. The changes that are happening are going to be beneficial. I know that because the other cards you got, I mean, they were just flying out. Couldn't make them stop. You have the Tree of Life. And I do want to read this real quick. The Tree of Life is a sacred symbol throughout the Americas. Its deep roots reach to the lower world, the unconsciousness, while in the branches reach to the heavens, the source of destiny. To be whole in your life's journey, it is important to have deep roots and high branches. A tall tree with shallow roots fall over in the first wind, but a tree with deep roots can weather any storm. Find the health and the balance on your life by reflecting on how you dance with your actions, kind of like the light dancing off the water, right? Your thoughts and your feelings, and water as emotions. If you are too much in your head, or in the world of fantasy and daydreaming, connect by being more grounded, actually physically sitting on the ground, putting your back against a tree. If you are caught up in just doing and not being able to imagine that your life is better, it is time to focus and imagine. Imagine. When you start visualizing it, when you see it, you can create it. I know that because you have the hummingbird. And the hummingbird says, despite being so little, hummingbirds are great journeyers. They migrate. The gentle creature can be fiercely territorial to protect home. The hummingbird teaches us to be gentle to ourselves and protect our personal spaces. Don't be a doormat. The hummingbird invites you to embark on your epic quest. Bypass the dung pile of old pain and hurts. Head for the flowers and learn to trust the calling of your heart ever so softly. When you release and let go of the anger and rage sometimes about what people have done to you, remember that you were partially responsible because you allowed it to happen. You didn't have the healthy boundaries. You have a lot more control than you may have realized. And so when you start taking control, when you start realizing, hey, I can stop that. I don't have to put up with that. I shouldn't put up with that. I'm not going to put up with that. And understand that that doesn't have to be your life. You don't have to allow people to mistreat you. You get up and you walk away. I had a situation in the family where I was given an ultimatum. I either agree to be treated like crap, or I couldn't be in their life. It was a child of mine. It was really hard to be told that. But the decision, my response was really easy. I said, please don't do that. But if that's your choice, have a nice life. That was many years ago. I don't know where he is or what he's doing exactly. I just continue to pray for him. And I figure one day it'll all come out in the wash. But there was no way I was going to live with that as a ultimatum in my life. No way. You got to be who you really are. Because you are deserving. You are deserving. Your overall energy for the month is recognizing that you are deserving. You are deserving of the flowers, not the dung pile. You are deserving of the self-love and the unconditional love, not mostly of yourself. You know, whether or not other people do it, who cares? When you love yourself totally and completely, you recognize that other people are just human also. They're making mistakes. They're here to teach you lessons. And it's a lot easier to let go and move on and start creating. Oh, look at all those tulips. I don't know if you guys saw last week's Cancer video, but I saw you standing in a field of tulips. And there you are, becoming more and more conscious of who you are. Okay, so if you've never been here before, this is for the month of April. Past, present, future, thoughts, feelings, actions. We will clarify a little bit. This is the key to the situation, though, right here, is that you are looking to, you need to increase your own sense of self-worth. See, they're gemstones, right? But they also represent the chakras. So this is you becoming in alignment with yourself, believing in yourself. That is the key to the situation, is understanding that you are on the road to, can you see that beautiful paradise there? So you are on the road to increasing, understanding that you are deserving, allowing yourself to have that. And look at this. You have, in the recent past, looking for the hidden motivation in others. Why do they do that? When that was really the wrong question. The right question was, why do I allow myself to be treated like that? And when you can discover, if you look, see the children there? It's often stuff from our past, in our childhood, things that happened that are deeply rooted in us that allows us to think that we have to feel deserving of love. You know, maybe we had to work really hard to make our parents not be angry with us, or, you know, to earn their love. Like, earning love was a thing that does not, it's not real. That's not unconditional love. Unconditional love is just given, no strings attached. That's the way it comes from the divine. That is that spark of light that is inside of you. When you can tap into that spark of unconditional love from the divine that is you, and love yourself that way, and then you realize that you were just being manipulated by this earthly plane into thinking you had to earn it. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to. I was raised Catholic. You don't have to go to the priest and say, oh, I need to be forgiven, because you aren't guilty of anything anyway. You're here just doing things, living your life. The only person that has to forgive you is yourself. How do you transform your life at this time? You create new caring connections with people. These could be people from your past that you've known and you've let slide away, and this gift of time and space to where we can connect through the phone, through Skype, through Facebook, through whatever means right now. It's really easy to have conversations with people, and right now we all have time to do this. So connecting with the people that are supportive, that are loving, that's what, finding what your real tribe is, what your real support system is. brings about the new beginning. So focusing on where you're going from here, and see how that light is just shining and glowing. It's that beautiful diamond white light of source. In the past, you've had a little trouble with courage. Look, we've got the knight there. We've got this knight here. This is having the courage and understanding that you are protected. There's been a little bit of fear about, am I protected enough? Am I safe? You are safe. You are loved. Have the courage to stand up for yourself and say, I'm not the doormat. And then you will feel this. This is the honoring path. And I believe because it's in the heart space, this is the part where you honor yourself. When you say, I am worthy, I am deserving, I am worthy of love, I am loved, I am lovable, I am loving, is your mantra for the month. I am loved, I am lovable, I am loving, I am worthy, I am deserving. Because you are. Because you are the divine spark of God. So in the past, there's been some deception. That's been the real obstacle. People have not been honest with you. Maybe you haven't been honest with yourself. Because remember, we have the mask of truth being revealed. Here is time to be honest in intimate relationships. Have you revealed to somebody? You know, sometimes when you say those things, they really, really hurt me. And they'll be like, what? I didn't know it was hurting you. I'm so sorry. And it could be something simple like that. It could be that they respond with, I don't care. If they say that, then what do? You step into your courage. You say, I am deserving of better than this. I am loved. I am lovable. I am loving. I am worthy. I am deserving. And I don't allow myself to be treated as a doormat. And so the action now is to not play it safe. It's not play it safe. It's take the risk, make the change, stand up for yourself. Do with your communication, right? It's by communicating first. We had these communication cards here, right? Communicating and connecting with others. Speaking your truth. Being willing to say what, if you don't speak up, they don't maybe know. Very few people are really that good at mind reading. Being in touch and being empathic, and these things are evolving. People are more and more in that position, but you know what? Not everybody is. And so, hey, guess what? If you speak up and speak your truth, you are more likely to get what you're looking for. And look, we have great achievement. Love it. You are deserving. It starts with you, standing up for you, communicating your wants, your needs, your desires, focusing on imagining the future that you want, and then speaking out and saying, this is what I want. This is what I deserve. This is the kind of relationship I want. And if you can't get on board with this, I need to find someone that will. And you have Shiva. Shiva is the great destroyer of things that don't work in our life. She strides through your life. And so if your life feels like it's been turned upside down and things are falling away, most people feel that way. The structure is a bit, this feels more like on the relationship front. But whatever it is, maybe it's at a job. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it is all about Shiva is here. She is protecting you by destroying the things in your life that do not serve you. You are deserving of so much more. So when things are hard, but they're changing, change is hard, but you're an initiating sign. You can pick up easily and start moving forward. So do it. I don't see any stuck energy here. I just see energy of creation. Oh, and speaking of energy of creation, so we have Purnya, which is clarity. This is seeing the forest through the trees. This is getting the clarity on what it is you want and what you deserve. And you have gentle power. And your power comes from having the courage to stand up and say, that's not okay. I deserve better. I expect better. I will be treated better. And I'm going to start by treating myself better. I'm not going to sit here and have a conversation where you say negative things about me. I would love to hear what you have to say if you can have this conversation without putting me down. And guess what? I'm human and I make mistakes. And you are too. And you do too. right? Take off your cloak of invisibility and let your light be seen. Take off your cloak of invisibility and let your light be seen. You are not a doormat. Look at this. Look at the light just shining. And there was the light on the river. And there's all this light, this divine light. Don't let people tell you who you are. You show the world who you are. Explore the unknown. It says explore the unknown. The unexpected awaits you. It's a mystery. But this looks good. The honoring path, great achievement, new beginning. Take the risk. Make the changes that you need to do. Stand up for yourself and let your light shine out into the world. You don't have to put up with other people's crap, and nor should you. Nor should you. So, I am lovable. I am loving. I am loved. I am worthy. I am deserving. Because you are. You are the divine spark of God. And how could you think you're anything less than deserving of all the goodness? All right? I will see you back here tomorrow. Well, Tuesday. Because I'm recording on Sunday and these will come out on Monday. I'll be back on Tuesday and we'll be talking about that new moon in Aries and how you can use that to manifest through focusing your new beginning. So that's what we're going to focus on Tuesday. And then we'll be moving into some other conversations, but that's an important one, and we won't miss that one. So I look forward to seeing you. Be sure to leave me a comment, and you take care of yourselves, okay?